You're right guys, Shine here. Today's video is actually going to be about the community. Now, I have made a video in the past where I did a live com and I talked about how the community has changed. But the main reason why I'm making this video is because of just some news that's come out lately about a team, and it just pissed me off and it made me want to talk about it. And that's why I will be in this video. So, those of you who may have heard of the team called Rogue, they're a new team. They've grown very quickly and they're very underrated. And they've had a lot of hate lately, and I only really found out, like, literally about 10 seconds ago, that the reason why they were getting hate was because of their name, and that a GFX team had the same name, and so they were disliking them, and disliking every single video to try and, I don't know, make them quit and end the team or whatever. I don't really understand why they were doing it because of a name, but that's what they were doing. And it made me think, you know, my actual IRL surname is Shine. Yeah, I know plenty of people who have used the name Shine before. I know there was someone in SAW who had the name Shine. One of my old best friends, his name was Shine. We actually got on really well and we're planning on doing a Shine Taj. We never did, but, you know. And that's because we didn't care, you know, it's a name. You don't own the word is in the dictionary, everyone can see it, everyone can use it whenever they want. I don't see the big fuss in using the same name as someone else, because there's no restrictions. You can use whatever name you want for your team, but hating on a team and trying to make them end just because they have the same name when you're a GFX team, they're solely GFX. They are not related to Rogue at all. You know, that there are other things you could do. I mean, I'm trying to think of an example of another team. I know there was a team lately that merged the MLG team into SB. SB merged with Strictly Business, I think that's their name, and they were the MLG team, or an MLG team, and they merged together because they were both called SB, except that Strictly Business had a lower case S, and everyone knows Spacebound has capital letters for their name, and they merged together, but they never hated on each other. You know, it was just a name. It was just, they just happened to have the same name, and that's it. And it shows how much the community's changed, you know. People only care about being known, and if there's someone else using the same name as them, then they think, oh, they're taking, you know, all of our subscribers, we're not getting as known as we should, when we might be missing out on stuff, you know, whatever, and so they try and make other people end, to try and be the only ones with that name. I guarantee you there's been a team before called Rogue, without a doubt. It seems like a name that would be, you know, used previously. You know, it's definitely a name that's been used before by someone. If it hasn't been used for a team, it's probably what they use as their, you know, their actual name. Like, for example, I use Shine. You know, and I don't understand, like, why would you dislike on people's videos just because they have the same name? It annoys me massively, because back in the day, no one gave a fuck. You could be in ZZXY1ZQ, fucking QSXX, whatever, it didn't matter, and people would play with you, and people didn't care about your name. And now it seems to be one of the most important things, in that starting teams takes forever because you have to come up with a name that everyone likes, and then you have to research to make sure it hasn't been used, or if it has, then that the channel has ended, or that the team didn't get very far, so that you don't get the hate. You know, there's it's just, you're restricted so much, you know. And I know how much work Rogue have put in. They've got 2.2k at the moment, and they haven't been around for very long at all. And they're a really good team, and the fact that a GFX team is trying to close down a trick shotting team, it doesn't make sense. I mean, I can understand maybe if they were just GFX, you know, and there were two GFX teams called Rogue, that would be confusing. But you can see the comparison between them. One's just solely GFX, and the other is a team. It's different. But that's really all I wanted to cover. I just wanted to maybe hear your opinions on it, whether you think Rogue should change their name, or whether you think the other team, the GFX team, should man the fuck up and grow up and just respect the fact that they're doing their own thing and that the name is irrelevant. But yeah, this has been Shine. I look forward to speaking to you very soon, and hopefully you'll leave some comments down below because I will be reading them. So yeah, it's been Shine, and I'm out. Peace.
Mic check, 1 2 1 2. That's all I came to do, yeah. No lies, no gimmicks. Just push real beats and raw lyrics. I ain't from the inner city or the bottom of the slums. I ain't gang affiliated with the violence and the guns. I come from an environment relying on the drugs, where my rhyming was united with the silence of the drums. I dealt with malevolence and developed an immunity to negativity, hatred, and everything that threw at me. I overcame distractions when they tried to prevent me, and found a way to beat the system when the odds were against me. I'm a monstrous MC, I could prosper if meant be, if I could just defeat the jealousy and conquer the envy. In a world where everybody's got ulterior motives, their own selfish ambitions to wanna see that I'm focused. I appear to be hopeless, striving to thrive from my troubles. I'm designed for the rhyming while I'm aligning my knuckles. I'm the type to knock the ball loose and then dive on the fumble, because every time that I struggle it reminds me to hustle. From the moment that you were me, you were running your mouth. And since I came into the game receiving nothing but doubt, trying to put a stop to my rain like the sun in the drought. But this is who I am, sucker, this is what I'm about. From the moment that you were me, you were running your mouth. And since I came into the game receiving nothing but doubt, trying to put a stop to my rain like the sun in the drought. But this is who I am, sucker, this is what I'm about. You either chasing popularity and possibly the fame and glory, mimicking the images my artistry is painting for me, passing all the non-believers constantly defeated on me, moving at a steady pace but I can feel them gaining on me. So I became the beast's environment, maybe, until they label me as insane and define me as crazy. Then I unleash the alter ego that does rhyming is gave me, and broke the shackles of these pessimists who try to contain me. So I gotta keep it moving, cause it's pencils that I gotta leak. Gotta find the hardest instrumentals and the hottest beats. I got many lessons and credentials that I gotta teach.